in, soldiers. This is Commanding Officer Taku Warlord 2, and today I'm going to do a short little vlog about Netflix She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Now, as you remember, I did do a video, both He-Man and She-Ra, saying I was a fan of the 80s shows, grew up watching them, had She-Ra and countless He-Man figures. So, I would like to talk about She-Ra and the Princesses of Power and what I'm hoping to see in Season 1. And this is going to be controversial, but the first thing I'm hoping we are not going to see is He-Man at all. Period. Zero. Zip. If we see anything of Eternia in the series, I hope it's basically just the beginning, where, spoiler alert you guys if you don't know anything about the series, Adora is kidnapped, not going to tell you by who, and brought to the Horde. And then that's pretty much it, except unless the Sorceress of Grayskull, Castle Grayskull manages to get the Crystal Sword, or the Sword of Hope, to the Crystal Castle on Etheria, where She-Ra is, and takes place, so that castle's caretaker, Light Hope, extreme close up. Sorry, I thought I had something on my lip. That's what you need to see, is me grooming myself. Holds the sword until he feels it's time for her to use it. Adora will be brainwashed by the Horde. Hopefully they'll call her Despera, like they do in the DC comic books. And at some point, she comes into contact with the Crystal Castle and Light Hope. Maybe she's chasing the Great Rebellion and manages to stumble on the Crystal Castle, and that's when Light Hope reveals that, hey, you got a better destiny than fighting for the evil forces here. Or he calls to her, she finds it, and starts doubting the Horde's intentions. He calls to her, she finds it, and she takes the sword. Now, the reason I called it Crystal Sword is because Netflix, when she's holding it up, and I saw that in the Entertainment Weekly magazine, you see it's clearly a crystal sword. I kind of like that. Hopefully when she's Adora, the sword looks normal, kind of like what He-Man's sword looked like. And when she becomes She-Ra, the crystal gem in the middle of her sword that spreads out, and the blade itself becomes a crystal with the radiating colors around it. That's what I would like to hope. What I hope they don't do is change her transformation speech, where she goes, "For the honor of Grayskull." I hope they do not go out, "For the honor of friendship," or this or that. Hold on for a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that, family. Now, like I said, hopefully they go with a catchphrase, "For the honor of Grayskull," not "For the honor of friendship" or anything like that, or new social justice warrior bullshit. They keep it honor Grayskull, because that way, I'm pretty sure they'll stay honor Grayskull. Light Hope will probably say, "This sword will help you regain or recapture something about your honor." Now, Hordak, I don't think, if I said it before, I don't think I'll say it now. Hopefully we don't see him until the last 1 or 2 episodes. We might hear his voice, but hopefully he, and like the rest of the Horde, or the female members of the Horde, is in Despera, which is kind of like hell, a hellish version in the He-Man She-Ra mythos. And in most instances, that's where he was sent. And the Horde is trying to figure out how to free him, bring him to Etheria. And that's why Light Hope decides it's time for Adora to accept her destiny to become She-Ra and stop this from happening. She'll probably, she's going to fail. He gets out. They're going to battle her. And for a long time, because she was told by Light Hope, this is my guess, Hope, that, the Horde kidnapped you from your family. You're not even a member of the Horde. Shadow Weaver, which is a member of the Horde, is not your mother. Hordak's not your dad. You were taken by your parents, from your parents by the Horde. So hopefully we'll see episodes where Adora is trying to think, where do I live? And it'll be interesting because where's Castle Grayskull in the maps? I don't see a Castle Grayskull. So they'll fight. She-Ra, and Hordak will fight in the final episode. Now here's what I'm hoping it happens at the final episode. Is that she defeats him, maybe gets a sense to kick him back to the Barrows. And hopefully with luck, he'll be all like, you kidnapped me from my family, and I'm fighting for my people of Etheria. And he goes, you're not of Etheria. You're not Etherian. You're not one of them. Well, Light Hope said you stole me from my family. Hordak, yeah. My acolyte, my apprentice, stole you, kidnapped you, and brought you here to prove his worth to me. So yeah, that much is true, but you're not from Etheria. You honestly don't even belong on this planet. And that's gonna really rattle She-Ra, Adora, letting Hordak get away. And then doubting, if I'm not from Etheria, where am I from? Why didn't Light Hope tell me I was from someplace else? And so thinking, do I even trust Light Hope? Who can I trust now? And that sets up season 2. Or maybe Hordak has plans to get greater power and probably either use or invade Eternia. At that point, we'll probably see He-Man, we'll see Hordak's apprentice, acolyte who kidnapped Adora. Y'all know who I'm talking about, old Bonehead himself, Skeletor. And we might even find more family mythos in that too. Spoilers, if you zoom ahead if you want to hear this, but spoilers. Skeletor is He-Man and She-Ra's uncle. If you didn't know, spoilers over. So if you just heard me say spoilers over, you're safe. But that is what I'm hoping we see. I am hoping we get to see Spirit and Swiftwind, of course. Cal doesn't look like we're going to get to see Cal, the comic side relief. The picture I saw on Entertainment Weekly looks a little Sailor Moonish. And the fight scene where she was wielding her sword looks a little anime-ish, Sailor Moonish. So I hope they don't go in that direction, honestly. Stealing the hope of the people or the honor of the people to bring back Hordak, or something, the essence of the people to get for their machines in the Fright Zone to pull Hordak out of Despondos. That might be interesting, but so long as they don't do it in the Sailor Moon way, I hope they don't do that. I think it's basically by the same people who did and are doing, or the same group as Voltron. So not the same director, but has a few same people, I'm hoping. So that looks good. But basically, this is what I'm hoping for in season 1. She kind of saves herself. No He-Man, he doesn't come to Etheria to help unbrainwash her. She either has her doubts or she discovers the Crystal Castle, and Light Hope kind of edges her towards the doubts where she frees herself. I'm all for that. I'm hoping that the sword doesn't stay the same. It's not always crystal, but the blade itself becomes crystal when she's She-Ra, and it's a normal blade when she's Adora. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping we only hear Hordak's voice. We don't physically see him, like I said in the last 1 or 2 episodes of the season. That She-Ra and the princesses and the rebellion is trying to stop Hordak from coming through. The male Horde members kind of hope that they're all in Despondos, but of course they all followed Force Captain Catra's orders anyway, and even sometimes followed Scorpa's, some fan I am, orders, so they did follow the females. And they definitely followed Shadow Weaver's orders. So, at the very least, I hope we don't see Hordak until the last, or the second to last episode, and we get our good setup to the big reveal to Adora finding out, hey, I'm not Etherean. And Hordak said, I shouldn't even be here. So, which would lead us into season 2. And then Skeletor and He-Man, and from there. So that's just my hopes of what we're going to see from Netflix of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I hope we get to see a bigger mythos and a bigger thing of Etheria. And we get to learn more about the past and the history of Etheria. And that's about it. Ciao.